Have you ever wondered how a massive old school bank, one built on paper and manual processes, can possibly survive in the age of the smartphone? Well, today, we're diving into the incredible story of how one of India's largest banks, ICICI, didn't just update its tech, it completely reinvented its DNA for the digital world. And I'm not exaggerating here. We are talking about a change that happened with unbelievable speed and on a massive scale. It's a fundamental shift, really, that changed how millions of people deal with their money, moving from waiting in line at a branch to using the supercomputer in their pocket. And look, this isn't just hype. You don't have to take my word for it. Academics have pointed out that this wasn't just some minor update. No, this was a complete ground-up rebuild of how banking works, and technology was the engine driving it all. Okay, so to really appreciate how far they've come, we've got to go back to the beginning. Let's rewind the clock to the era of manual banking. It's not pretty. This right here, this contrast really says it all. On one side, you've got a total mess, right? A fragmented system where just finding one piece of paper could be a nightmare. And on the other, a clean, centralized digital hub where everything is right there. This one shift, from chaos to clarity, is really the foundation for everything that came next. And the problems this caused were very, very real. Just imagine the constant delays, the inaccuracies, the critical information stuck in different departments that couldn't talk to each other. I mean, even basic stuff like reconciling the books every week was a huge headache. And for you, the customer, just opening an account was this slow, painful process. So faced with all of these hurdles, the bank knew they couldn't just put a Band-Aid on the old system. Nope, they needed a radical new strategy. This was their turning point. And this is where things get really interesting. They shifted their whole mindset to something called ecosystem banking. They started thinking beyond just serving one customer. Instead, they wanted to serve that customer's entire world. Think about it like this. It's not just about giving a company a loan. It's about providing payment solutions for its suppliers and salary accounts for its employees. It's about becoming the financial backbone of their whole network. So, how do you even tackle a goal that big? Well, they broke it down into this really smart three-step plan. First, run. Make the bank they already have work better and more efficiently. Second, transform. Shake things up with new instant digital products. And third, reimagine. Basically, rethink what a bank could even be, using the latest tech to invent whole new ways of doing business. But, underneath all that strategy was one simple, really powerful idea: to see and understand the customer from every single angle. This customer 360 view, that became the North Star for their entire digital journey. Look, a great strategy is one thing, but as we all know, execution is everything. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. What were the actual tools they built to make all this happen? All right, first up for their business clients, they launched InstaBiz. The goal here was pretty simple. Take all the complexities and headaches of business banking and put it all into a single, easy-to-use app. And they didn't hold back. They packed it with powerful stuff, from getting instant credit to paying taxes easily, and even analytics to help businesses track their cash flow. And check this out, they added this brilliant security feature called Smart Lock. Imagine you're a business owner, and you think there might be a security issue. With just one tap, you can instantly lock down every single channel. Talk about peace of mind. Next up, they went after the lending process. Now, if you've ever applied for a loan, you know the drill. So much paperwork, so much waiting. Well, their answer was Islands, and it was designed to just get rid of all of that. And they didn't just digitize one type of loan. No way. They went for the whole shebang. They built a single platform to handle everything: mortgages, personal loans, credit cards, you name it. This got rid of all the internal confusion and created one smooth, consistent experience for customers, no matter what they needed. The bank also knew that the small and medium-sized shops, the real lifeblood of the economy, had a totally unique set of needs. So for them, they created something called the merchant stack. Honestly, this was a real game changer. It gave merchants a zero-balance account as long as they used the bank's payment machine. It also handled reconciliation instantly, which saved them hours of work. And it opened up a whole world of digital payment options for their customers. Okay, so we've seen the problem, we've seen the strategy, and we've seen the execution. But the big question is, did it actually work? Well, let's look at the impact by the numbers. Here's a number that's absolutely critical for any bank: 37.8%. That's their cost-to-income ratio. Let me break that down.
It means for every single dollar they brought in, it only cost them about 38 cents to run the show. That proves their digital strategy wasn't just for show. It was making them way more efficient and profitable.
And what about their employees? As they rolled out all these incredible digital tools, the amount of business each employee could handle just shot up. And this is a really important point. Technology wasn't replacing people, it was empowering them, making them more productive and more valuable. Now this number says a lot about the bank's financial health. They set aside 131 billion rupees just as a buffer against any potential problems down the road. That is a massive safety net, and it shows incredible financial strength and really smart risk management. This whole transformation is obviously impressive, but as we know, in the world of tech, you're never really done. The journey just keeps going. So what does the road ahead look like? At the end of the day, the fundamental challenge is still the same. You have a whole generation that grew up with smartphones, and they expect everything to be instant, personalized, and seamless. So the real question is, how can banks not just keep up, but actually get one step ahead of those constantly changing expectations? And that really brings us to our final thought here. We've just walked through the playbook for how one major bank completely reinvented itself. So if this is what one bank can do, what does it mean for the entire industry? What does it mean for the future of finance? And maybe more importantly, what does it mean for the future of your money?